Dr. Weber. Today we're going to go over the pyramid approach to training, and I call this the pyramid 6. You can also create a pyramid 10, and then we can also talk about a blocked approach in some future lectures. So what I'm going to start with is showing you the colors of this approach first. So you're going to have black, red, green, and blue. They're going to represent a different training mechanism. So what I mean by that is black is going to mean pushing, red is going to mean pulling, green is going to be squatting, and blue is going to be hinging. Okay, so anytime I use a color, it'll associate with either a push, pull, squat, or hinge. And then we will go ahead and start creating that pyramid now. Again, this pyramid 6 approach starts off with a giant triangle, and this is going to be your training day. Okay, so the triangle represents training day, and so you're going to pick 6 main lifts for your training session that you want to accomplish. So, for example, we want to first approach this with a full body emphasis, then we'll get into the split training emphasis. So what I mean by this, we'll talk about full body exercises, and then we'll talk about grouping the exercises like upper, lower body, that type of thing. So black, if you don't remember, guess what you think black means. Okay, black is going to be push. Okay, so let's just say this is a full body training session day. We're going to split that up into 6 exercises. With the pyramid 6 approach, the top triangle is going to be our first exercise, the most crucial exercise for the day. If it's an upper body day, it's either going to be a push or pull exercise. If it's a full body day, it could be push, pull, squat, or hinge. So it depends on what you did last time and how you're planning your training. Let's just call this a full body training session, and we're going to start with push. So our push is going to be the black, okay? Then we're going to have 2 exercises next. Okay, so this is our main lift, we'll call it. Other people can call this the primary exercise, but I believe that all 6 of these are going to be your primary exercises. So your main lift is black push. That's going to represent push. Then we're going to have 2 blocks under that. That's going to be your second and third lift. Okay, so remember, red would go next. So this is going to be a push, a pull. Pull represents red. Then we're going to have green, which will represent, if you remember, the squat. So we have green representing the squat. So we have squat here. Then we're going to build our third layer, the base, into 3 segments. Okay? We're going to now perform hinge for this 4th exercise. So this will be 4 hinge. We'll have back to our main lift or push, be our 5th exercise. So we'll go back to another pushing exercise, and then we will then hit our last lift, which will be a pull. So that would be our 6th exercise. So this is if we were to prioritize the upper body, because as you notice, we're hitting a little bit more upper body than lower body. So go ahead and put the labels out. We have our pull is our red, blue is going to be hinge, and black is going to be our push. Okay, so this is how we set up the pyramid in a 4 method. All right, meaning 4 different types of exercises in a full body pyramid workout. So you have your push, pull, squat, hinge. Notice that there's not a lot of lower body, so there's a little bit upper. So this is a upper body, full body emphasis workout. Now, if you wanted more of a full body approach, there's another way you can do that, all right? Just say you want to involve the core and you don't want to hit anything twice to make it all inclusive and all around. This is what you would do. So now we're going to add the core. The core, what color do you think the core will be? We're going to create the color white for core. All right, so this is how a body workout would look like if we emphasize core. Go back to our triangle. Okay, this is the Pyramid 6 training style. You're going to have a top and a bottom pillar. You're going to have your first exercise, second exercise, third exercise, fourth, fifth, and sixth exercise. Okay, so black is going to represent pushing. Okay, so let's just say pushing would go first. So that's going to be black, or we can call that an upper body. Then we're going to go lower, because now we're trying to get the core and the lower body involved. So we have to not just prioritize upper or lower. So we're going to go upper body, then we're going to go lower body. So we'll do the squat first, okay? Because we believe that would be the most important leg exercise. Then you're going to have the core. So we're going to leave this blank because we talked about the core is going to be white. We're going to go pull, okay? So now we have our fourth exercise is going to be pull, which will be red. After red, okay, since this is upper body, we're going to go. So now it's time to do our hinge or our blue. And guess what? If we're doing full body, we're going to, again, leave this blank because this is core. This is core. So we're doing core twice, okay, and we're doing upper body twice and lower body twice. This is a full workout with 6 exercises. This is going to be your main lift, your most priority. So whatever this top exercise is, we're going to perform 6 sets of. For this is going to be a superset. So we're going to do one and then the other, and then we're going to rest for 60 to 90 seconds. We're going to do that for 4 sets. And then we're going to perform a tricep. This tricep will be upper body, lower body, core. This will be 2 sets. Total sets is going to be 12 sets at about 10 reps each. This is going to us about 200 total reps. Okay, and we are also getting upper body and lower body each twice. So it is a full body workout. You perform that main lift for 6 sets. Okay, 6 sets of 10 would be 60, and then you have 4 sets of 10 and 10. So you have 40, 80, so 80 plus 60, 40, and then you're going to have 2 sets of 10, 20, 30, 60, so you have 60, 120, and then that gives you 200 total reps for your workout. It also gives you 12 total sets, okay? But upper body and lower body are going to get both quad dominant with your green. So your green is your squat, and then your hinge is blue. Your black is your push, and then your red is your pull. And then you're going to have a core exercise for those white parts of the triangle. Now, if I'm doing maybe front abs here, I might do something maybe obliques or sides. I could also do, in my opinion, which would probably be better, would be abdominals here or back here. So some type of back extension exercise, alternating prone swimmers, something that gets your back going so that you're not just getting front and side, you're getting kind of a full around approach. So maybe some maybe like a plank series, 4-arm plank series, and leg plank series, and then for this one I would do some type of back extension or something on the stomach. So you're getting a 360 core for this. So you get one push, one pull, one squat, one hinge. Whatever you want to do for your push, it could be an overhead press, it could be a bench press, it could be a dumbbell press, overhead shoulder press, it could be incline press. If you want dips, you could. Then for your red or your pull, and you'll pull down or row, one arm pull down. Then for your squat, so any type of front squat, split squat, could be a skate back squat, whatever you want to do. And then for your hinge, one leg, single leg, deadlift with a slight bent knee, double leg deadlift. It could be a hip lift, it could be a single leg hip lift, it could be a thruster. So any type of glute or hamstring focus, Nordic if you'd like, but I'm not a big fan of Nordics. So maybe, and then like I said, for the core, you could do some type of plank series, side plank series, pal series if you'd like. If you want to do some type of rotational core exercise, you could do that. Honestly, decline sit-ups and rope crunches are my favorite ab exercise. And then for the back extension, I like the back extension machine, and I like doing the stomach stuff, getting the lower back engaged. So full around approach, 200 total reps, 12 total sets, 4 sets of the superset, 6 sets of the main lift, and then 2 sets of the tricep. Okay, and you're going for about 10 reps at about 70 to 80% of your 1RM. Your 1RM basically means your 1 rep max. So this is basically finding a percentage that allows you to hit your hardest at around 10 to 12 reps, or 8 to 12 reps in that range. 10 is the sweet spot. So let's just say once you get to 6, those last 4 are pretty hard. You feel like hit 12 you really wanted to, 10 would be the number that you're looking for. So if you're able to hit 12, but feel like you could hit 15, that's probably a little bit, it's probably not enough weight. So you probably need to add a little bit weight on the bar until you can get a good 10 rep max. Then you get your 200 reps. You get, if you do this 3 times a week, that means you're gonna get everything, you're gonna get 12 sets of you're gonna get 12 sets of everything for each, you're not gonna get 12 sets of you're gonna get 12 sets muscle group per week. And the minimum effective dose is 5. So if you were to do 12 sets 3 times a week, let's see, that would give you, if you were to do that, I'm not gonna be able to do the math right now, but I'll have to figure that part out. But basically, I like this setup. It keeps it simple. It prices 1 lift, which is your main lift, and then it goes into a superset, and then goes into your tricep. All right, now if you want to prioritize an upper or lower body segment, so let's just say you're doing chest day, right? Okay. Now, obviously, everything is going to be the color black because that's what chest would mean. Then you start thinking about, well, what about the arms, right? So then you start thinking, all right, well, how can I get arms involved if I don't want to do the pyramid 6 approach? Where would those fit in? So how I would go about adding in arms. I'll even give you an arm day work here. So here's a chest day with tricep focus. So here you'd have your bench press as your main exercise. And then your superset, you would do something like a fly, and then like an overhead tricep. And then for your last 3 exercises, I go closed grip bench press. And then I would do some type of push down for tricep. And then for here, you don't have to do another tricep exercise. You could do a core here. So that's how I go about if you're doing a push in type of tricep day. You make sure you have at least 3 good pushing motion. So we have bench and close grip bench. If you want to sub the fly for the dip, you could. Then you have your push down, overhead tricep, and a little bit of core. Or you could just leave this blank, and you could just have another where you just have one more or even possibly two more exercises. So you can obviously change up this as you go. I think this is a good method for just helping people organize their thoughts on the board. But I'll definitely have to get some new colors for the arms, because the next pyramid that we'll do will be the pyramid that looks like this. 1 segment, 2 segments, 3, and then the last one is a circuit. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 total exercises. So if you want a 10 exercise approach using the kind of pyramid down approach where you're prioritizing certain lifts, this is where you're going to have something like a closed chain exercise, like a bench press, pull up, overhead press, squat, or hinge. So any type of main lift here, any of those huge lifts. Your second and third exercise, that can be it can be something different than obviously the main lift. So you full body and you did, let's just say, deadlift on your first exercise, you're probably going to want to do upper body on your second exercise, and then lower body, right? If you think that's overkill, you don't want to too hard, you could go lower body, upper body, core, upper body, core, or you could switch it around, lower body, upper body, core, upper body, core, lower body, or lower body, core. And then this is where you can add in your single joint exercises that you're all thinking about. Like, what about my bicep curls? What about my, my lateral raises or upright rows? Preacher curls, or how am I going to, what about calf raises? And we call these accessory exercises, although arms, you can have your own day, and I can prioritize a whole arm day for you using a 10 or 6 approach. And again, pyramids don't have to look like this. It could definitely look something like this, where you have blocks like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's also the Mike Boyle method, which is going to be a 3-legged approach. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They do 9 exercises as trisets. You could do supersets, or you could do the pyramid approach. So there's just different ways, and obviously most people are going to do this approach, where it's going to be one exercise that's like this. And just as long as you know that there's different options available, 7, then you can go like this, 8, 9, and then you have a little bit of fun there. So maybe you're going, maybe start with a superset, and then a single set, and then maybe a tricep, right? And then maybe you end it with something like that. So depending on goals, how many exercises you want to complete, these are ways you can structure your training sessions. Using a colored approach, remember black is your push, red is your pull, your squat, and blue is your hinge. And then I want you to help me with the colors for arms. So I'm thinking, since core is white, why don't we have orange will be bicep, and we can do, how about teal for tricep? How about that? Orange and teal. Or we could do the yellow, but yellow is not going to show up on the board, so you got to think about that. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. This will be up on my YouTube at Dr. Fit, and we'll talk to y'all later. I'm going to the gym. Any questions before we end it?